In this video, we will be walking through an entire phishing investigation. The email we will be analyzing is a TV licensing themed message, trying to entice the recipient to click on a link. First, we need to record a brief description of the email. This should typically be 1 or 2 sentences about the styling and the intent. We are going to mention the email is impersonating TV licensing, and it is well styled. Next, it's time to retrieve artifacts. We will open the email using Sublime Text 2 and start collecting email-based artifacts. First, we will grab the sending address under the From property. Below that is the subject line, the date the email was sent, the recipient, and we can search for the sender IP address, which is 40.92.4.54 in this scenario. We need to get the reverse DNS result of this IP address, so let's use the Whois search by Domain Tools to retrieve the hostname. We can see it is owned by Microsoft and is an Outlook server, which makes sense as the sending address is an @hotmail.com address. We need the URL from the email, so we will carefully right-click and select Copy Hyperlink. Now we start the analysis stage. Let's put the domain into VirusTotal to see the reputation. It looks like the domain has been flagged for malicious and phishing activity. Next, we will put the URL into URL to PNG to see what the page looks like. It seems the site is no longer active. Let's double check in Wanna Browser. Again, we are told the site is no longer available. Performing a Whois search for the domain shows us that it was created 42 days ago. This is very suspicious. Domains that are used for malicious activity and have a low domain age are typically created purely for malicious intent, as opposed to being a legitimate domain that's been compromised. We need to note down the results from our VirusTotal, URL to PNG, Wanna Browser, and Whois searches. Next, we need to decide on defensive measures. As the domain has been flagged on VirusTotal for malicious and phishing activity, and that it has been linked and malicious emails sent to an employee, along with the fact that it has a very young domain age, there doesn't appear to be any negative impact to the business if we block the domain. Next is the email defensive measures. As the sender is using a Hotmail address, the best response would be to block this address on the email gateway, preventing it from delivering more malicious emails. And there we have it. It's time to put your skills to the test. In the next activity, you will be required to identify malicious emails mixed with legitimate emails and analyze them to collect artifacts and determine the appropriate defensive measures.